Welcome. It is Tuesday, the 10th of December. Welcome to Open for Business. This is the show that was created at the beginning of the lockdown earlier in the year so that local businesses could come on and share with us what they were doing, how we could still trade with them. And it is morphed and is now where we talk to different entrepreneurs, businesses, coaches, consultants, and we have an amazing time. We speak to incredible guests, and today is no different. Today I'm speaking to Carla Trigo, and she's from New York. Yes, we've gone stateside again. She comes to us for having damaged her foot and leg earlier on, but she's still there. She's still on great form, and she's going to be teaching us an awful lot. She is quite an amazing lady. I'm going to bring her on in two shakes, but before I do, I hope you did enjoy that little intro. You know, on the show that I do with Stephen on a Monday at 3 UK time, we review other people's YouTube shows that are live streaming with BeLive as well. And I was noticing that I was the only person that didn't have a little intro countdown. So there you go. I thought I'd join in the fun. So better late than never. However, enough about me. We need to talk to someone who's really intelligent and has amazing things to say. Carla Trigo, welcome to the program. What can I say? You say you help female coaches create quantum leaps. You're a high performance lifestyle alchemist. You've got Facebook groups, your website, you've got courses. Wow. Tell me, please, or tell us how you began your journey.
To your space. I'm very grateful for that and for your audience to have me. So thank you very much for all of you. As everything is a journey, right? We all have stories, and from those stories you can really pull out the best of yourself and to bring into the real realm, right, in the physical world, the intentions and that mission that you have. So all this started, since I was little. I think I was my life experience, it gave me the opportunity to tap into that greatness, right? And to look for how I can help people through shifting the way how they think, to be able to be very concrete and to build something in the physical world accordingly with their own skills and their own talents and gifts and so on, right? So I remember always to be very creative. As I said, my childhood was not so happy, and you have to be a very good observant about things, right, in life, and that gave me the opportunity to upscale and to be very aware about how the human being is and their needs and how they perform, right, and from there you build up.
Yeah. So I'm detecting an accent. I believe. Where were you brought up?
I am from Spain originally, but I consider myself a lady of the world. I am from all over.
Exactly. Yeah. We are global citizens, aren't we?
Yes, I'm a global citizen for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Actually, it was interesting. I saw we have an English astronaut, Tim Peake, and I saw him the other day talking about when he was in the space station. He said, looking down on the Earth, there's no borders. There's, it's just we're all in one together. So tell me. So you were brought up in Spain. On your way to becoming a coach and learning what you've learned, where did that journey take you?
Well, before that, right? I have to create myself. I didn't have parents, but I didn't have no one. So from there, I started to learn more about first of all the how the body works, right? I wanted to understand how our body works because it's connected with our brain for sure, and how those things are linking together to have the reality that we are living in. So I studied natural medicine and holistic approach about the psychology behind. From there, I had the opportunity to be one of the first ladies in a very interesting unit in intelligence. So I was very in tune with aircraft security. And I started to learn a lot about the profile of the people, right? You need to understand how people are to be able to avoid threats, right? And from there, I was so passionate about how the brain works, right? That how the behaviors are related to our past experiences and how we are repeating the stories and how mm, so many other beautiful small things that were not really precise, right? That led me to understand more the field of the quantum physics and all that, right? It's like I don't see all, but I know that there are things there. So I want to know more about that and how I can apply to help more people out there. So my first approach was all related to it. Yeah.
That's interesting. So, can you explain to people what quantum physics involves?
Yeah, is I mean, I always explain it in the easy way, right? Like there is we think that we have only like our physical body and that's it, right? But when you feel around, there is energetic compounds, right? Always, we are all energy, right? And everything works through that. We are part of this massive electromagnetic relationship between human beings, between nature, and so on. So the communication in between the different realms are through energy, right? So the quantum field is that area where you are not appreciated at first through the senses, through the five senses, right? You can do it, but at least you have to train it to be able to tap into that frequency. But it is the possibilities that they are there to be able to recreate it in this physical world, right? So we are moving well in a different perspective, so different ways how to feel nature and how to feel the things that you have around you in different ways.
Okay, that's it. That's interesting because it's one of those things that when I've spoken to other people, they found it very difficult to explain. But you just said that beautifully.
Yeah, that is very, very simple, right?
Yeah.
This is like a tiny thing about it. It's more complicated maybe sometimes, but yeah.
And so you started off by working. You say the intelligence at the airport. So were you actually like profiling people as they were coming in?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Exactly. And that create me the curiosity to know more about, okay, why this person is repeating certain things, how the brain works, how the neurons works, right? How the way of creating our reality is working. And in all, it's the same part of the whole, right? The unity. And if you understand that unity, you can decode certain things and your belief system, right, to be able to heal, to be able to attract whatever you desire, to be able to tap into that abundance, right? And that is there, but we are not tapping or we are not connecting because our frequencies are completely messed up. Yeah.
Yep. No, that makes sense to me. I'm very keen on
Mm-hmm.
understanding these things. So from there, where did you go from the intelligence and take it further?
All right. So always I was an entrepreneur and creator. So I had the perception of when I see something, I can create it, right? So I had few businesses in Europe and also abroad of Spain. I mean, in few countries, and I built a few franchises as well in Spain. So I was always creating businesses or helping other people to see beyond the current perspectives, right? I love to help entrepreneurs or business owners or coaches or to see more than you have in front of your nose, right? And that helped me to build some great, a company that help businesses to grow. And as well, I have created, as I said, few companies related to well-being and mindset and so on. Well, I had also a TV show related to as well how we can shift our awareness, right, by connecting differently with people, with things, etc. But always, I think I was creating things, and And before I came to the States, like 8 years ago, well, I built as well a few lines of products and services for other companies or for myself to be able to make things happen in a way, right? Yeah.
That's it. But you say it so effortlessly, and is that one of
It
the
is. It is
it's
effort. We don't have to put hassle. Is one of the things that I embrace always, and I teach my clients is the simplicity of things. We have to go to common sense, to what is basic, and when we do so, we create that space where we just the creativity is coming to you, right? We are all the time thinking, and when there is noise, there is not quietness, and this is not the place where you can create and be open to receive information either. So it's simple. It's all simple. Believe me, it's so easy. Yeah.
it's simple. I
It's
guess
simple.
people are going to be watching this thinking, really?
It is.
So why do people make it so hard? Because you hear of it's on the. I don't recommend reading the news or watching it, but you hear on the news or you can read it that people's struggle. Businesses struggle. 80% of businesses, certainly in the UK, don't last more than 1 year. Why are people making it so difficult for themselves, do you think?
There is a few factors here. For sure, you need to be very analytical about when you're building your business. For sure, I have the sight and I have the vision, but I'm very practical as well. So you need to have systems and strategies, right? But before that, the people are struggling because few reasons. One is they losing the perspectives, right? We are focusing more time just because the brain is rewired like that to focus in what is not working and the fears and the struggles and the frustration and the anger and whatever, right? And this doesn't let us to really build something different when our focus is in the positive side. And this is important because one of the things that I teach as well, when you are in the now, right, bringing things from the past or from your struggles, you're bringing and you're reaching into the future, right? So you have to be very aware about the thinking process all the time. And also, another thing that is super important is to analyze the market as well,
Mhm.
right? It's not what we see really. We need to understand the human being nature and behaviors and what is the demand out there, and you need to adapt yourself modeling accordingly with that. And sometimes we are so rigid, right? We are so static in our process. We have to break that and to be creative again and believe on fun things. We are so sad and all the time complaining, most of the time, not all the time, complaining, or we are not having joy. Sometimes we forgot, right? The first thing I'm saying with my clients is, let's go play. We have to play. You're going to play with me. So be ready to do silly things, right? Because this is going to shift your energetic compound and the results are going to be absolutely different as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth, isn't it? You need that balance. You can
Mhm.
sit and work all. I mean, I'm as guilty as most people. I can sit here, I can be working away, and suddenly the day's gone, and I've not gone out for my walk and actually taken a breath just to look around. So it's getting that balance. Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is all about balance with your body, with your thinking, your thoughts, your feelings, your how you nourish yourself, your self care, right?
Mm.
But as well is to understand your business maybe differently because this COVID as well gave us the opportunity to break through what is not working anymore. And it's giving us the opportunity to see what we can do better and shift no matter what, right? We have to be able to open ourselves to say, okay, it's not working. Let's recreate it and see what yes works, right? Without being attached about the outcome. You have to get really one of the things so important is we are focusing all the time on the outcome, and the how is not important. What is important is who you are becoming when you are doing what you are doing, right? And
ah,
that's a huge difference. The rest will come. in places that you never even think about it. Yeah.
Oh, I think you've hit on something spectacularly good there. So we're focusing on not the outcome of our business, but we're focusing on how we will become, or
when you're doing that business, exactly, right? It's who is the person that you are, right? That you are becoming in the process when you are sharing your business, when you are open into the world, when you are sharing your vision, your mission, your message, right? And that's the vibrational quantum field that is working in a different way. And then you will attract the people that you desire to work with, or the opportunities, or the sense. And it's not kuchi kuchi michi. This is scientific proven. I mean, I'm not speaking like, okay, let's meditate it. No, you have to do the work for sure, right? We have to be practical, but we can be practical with a sense of fulfillment and having that joy when we do what we're doing, and as well to not limit it ourselves, right?
yes, no, I get that, and I think it's right from someone, as advice for someone starting or someone that's struggling. Yes, don't sit there and think of what things are now. Would it be right to say act as if you've already got it? I don't like to use the word act, but
Yeah, but to arrive to that level of awareness, right? I always say, we need to do an audit about your life, who you are, right? Who is what is your biography? What your biography is telling you, right? And let's be aware about that, because we have in our pathway so many synchronicities and so many other things that is so important. But as I said, 95 of the time we are in autopilot, and we need, right? And we have to really pay attention about how those realms works for you and for the people that you want to attract to your business or to your field as well. And it's magnificent. It's phenomenal, right? Yeah, and to feel exactly what if, right? You can, yes, you do have or do this, and we have to recreate the wish fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're creating the life and the person that you want to become as a result of your business, as opposed to being the person that you are because of your business.
Exactly. That priority is about you from within you, right? You are tapping to that greatness that is out there. But normally we are putting our focus outside of ourselves, right? Without taking in consideration how my thinking process is in levels that are deeper than we think. And that has an impact in the results that you have in your business, or as an entrepreneur, as a coach, or so on.
So that's really interesting. So on that coaching part, so what would working with you look like? So if someone came to you and said, okay, I need help to move forwards, or whatever, what would you have some criteria first that they need to meet, and how would that actually work?
Well, I love to work with people that they are committed with themselves in a way, right? That you don't have to have all the answers, and doesn't matter if you're failing right now, but just committed with your purpose and your idea of where you want to go. That's super important, because that is going to generate a very specific compound effect of growth when you're working with me. So the first thing is what I do always is to create that sacred space, or that is space for the other person to feel secure, right? Safetyness. And I love to understand the persona that comes to me, right? Because I'm caring. I really appreciate every single momentum that I am going to be with that person. It's super important, right? It's not about the money, and it's not about it's about, okay, which things can I see that you don't see, that I'm going to help you to see and to grow from there, right? So it's like a kind of audit where I can see the whole biography of the person as we go, and always attending to the needs, right? What are the limiting beliefs that you have? What is your perspective, right? I'm going to teach you how to up-level that perspective, and to apply systems and strategies for sure that are very practical, right? That is, it's very useful, but with a different touch, let's say, or a different, with the tools that I used that worked and help people to embrace abundance and level and have results in their businesses, right? This is the important thing.
Yeah. And see, we were chatting earlier about all the different courses that you have on your website. Well, I'll put the website up in a while. And for all this interview in the show notes and in the comments, I'll make sure we got all your contact details, information in there as well. So it's having that. It's making it easy for people to understand it. And I liked the idea that yes, you can see things that, if it's like, for example, if it was me, you can see things that I wouldn't be able to see, because when you're yourself, you are blinkered. You can't see the whole. But as a third party looking in, you can see things. I totally get that, and can see why that would be so helpful.
Yes, and sorry, go ahead.
And I just wanted to ask, so how did you develop your strategies for communicating that to other people? Did you you've been studying it for 21 years plus?
Yeah. So one of the things that I always say is very simple. I apply simplicity in the methodology that I work with my clients, right? That you have to receive the person in the level that the person is, and bringing them to the pathway that is understandable, right? It is practical and is accordingly with their situation. But from there is easy and it's simple, because my way of teaching is very practical, very creative as well. So it's very, I mean, you can touch it very easily. You can understand it very easily, right? And from there is upscaling. I mean, there's certain levels. So just expanding the field as we go. So yeah.
So I guess yes, you have to bring someone along gently, so they get some small wins to help them understand.
Yes. I mean, that's why I'm so caring about people, right? Because we need to be also realistic, all right? And we have to see as well the momentum where the people is at that precise instant, right? I know it's like for you to be complete and unified with the whatever you are creating in the world, you have as well to be complete with yourself. And you have to feel that unity within you. We are not dissociation. We're not fractions of nothing. We are all one. So because of the society that we're living in, the education that the systems gave us, and as we grew up, we have created a dissociation, right? And that's the key, because we need to go to the alignment. And it's very interesting. The other day I was teaching something, and we were discussing about the differentiation between achievement and alignment, right? And people are, so people are achieve. It's so good, it's good. That's fantastic. But the energetic, right? The physical, the physics here is completely different. So the results are going to be completely different. When you're in alignment and you are connecting with that unit, right? You can absolutely be more successful, not only in your life, but as well in your business or in your entrepreneurial adventure, or how you relate it to others, or how you are connecting with others, etc., right? So there's simple techniques. Very sometimes it's so silly, but they're amazing techniques that they will give you an incredible perspective of who you are and who you're becoming, and at the same time refine as well the business that you are building or you're creating to have better successes or better results and be joyful as well when you do so.
Oh, fantastic! That sounds
Yeah.
brilliant. So you have your Bacana Woman Quantum Leap group.
Yeah.
We were chatting earlier, but is you don't just work with women, you can work with
With
men.
men. Yeah, I love it. And I was telling you, yeah, I have some men clients, and it's phenomenal because of course the energy is different, right, in the way how they perceive things. And yes, I work with women, that's my heart, right, but I have main clients that, and the results are beautiful, and both has to be, yes, all has to be integrated in one. So yeah.
That's interesting, because you're saying, yeah, the ladies have a different perspective than the men, and certainly from the I mean, I've only followed and read about the law of attraction for the last 10 years or so, and only really deeply in the last year and a half, 2 years, really.
Yeah.
But it was always perceived as, and I guess when it first came to my attention, I think when Rhonda Byrne brought out the book The Secret, and there's a film, and it seemed to me like a lot more women were resonating with that than men. And do you find women more receptive to your how you teach, or do you feel is there a resistance from on
Well,
your side, do you think? Or
yeah, thank you for the question. There's few things here. Um, per nature, right? Ladies, we are creators. We are creating life. We have that DNA, right? The cells are working completely different than the men. So we are creating those space for us to thrive, right? So we are attracting. We have that in our nature. Men, um, as we know, right, they are hunters, right? They are more from inside. They're really focusing in provide, right? And this is nature. It's nothing wrong or right, or it's completely. I'm not getting into that craziness because
yeah,
that's not the point. But the perception of women, right, is a little bit bigger because we can create things from within us. We give in birth, right? We give in life. So it's something that belongs to our nature, that we need to connect again with that, because we were so much in the male energy, right? In the I have to be, because if not, I'm not. And so all these roles that we have done it so far, right? And men as well, they're very confused. They were very confused because we confuse as well, right? The roles of what is the masculine and feminine, and how integrated has to be both. So um, when the men find in themselves as well the other part of the feminine part that there is within them as well, both energies are beautiful, really, to recreate something that men didn't even think that they are possible to do, right? And the touch is super beautiful as well, in that process.
oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
it's lovely the way you can talk about this. And one of the things we were chatting about before we came on air as well was that you'd learned some of this in Israel. We were chatting about the Kabbalion,
Mm-hmm.
and so tell us a little bit about that. And also, is there other teachings that you particularly not liked, but you felt particularly resonated with you?
Well, yes. At the age of 24, I think I was looking for answers all the time. I was always asking who I am, why I'm here, right? So many people, I'm sure, that resonates with that. So I had a perception, whatever, and I have to go to Israel. So I went to Israel looking for answers about, all right, so Judaism and Christianism and everything, right? It's about the philosophy behind that and the reasons why, who we are, right? And the purpose of life. So whatever. So I arrived to Jerusalem, and I had the privilege to be with some great rabbis there, that I study, well, all what is related to metaphysics, um, and all the areas, and all the part of the another physic part, right? The spirituality, and how this has to be tapped into the way how we are doing things. So I had a great, experience in Israel. I live with the Bedouins in the desert as well for 3 months, just contemplating nature, right, and just being connected with nature, and that gave me as well beautiful tools to be able to work with people later. And as I said, we forgot that we are so incredible, creators of things, right? So when you create that vessel of stillness is when ideas can come and can really be shifted into practical tools for others to thrive, for example. So I learned a lot about the fathers of the philosophy, right? Hermes and Aristotle and all that. So through the knowledge, I have created a program that is beautiful that connects the spirituality, but as well the essence of how now we can apply those tools in the modern time in the 21st century, right? To have better results in your business, to be better with yourself, to be more gentle and to know yourself better, right? Accordingly with, for example, in this case is the Kybalion is a beautiful program that teach all these things. So I apply those things, those tools with my people, with the people that are working with me. Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's really phenomenal.
Is this something that you just continually study, and do you, and do you have any do you have a daily ritual of you wake up? Do they journal, or they journal at night, or they do lots of different things?
So yes, I do. I wake up very early, 4:30 in the morning. Even with my ankle broken. I think you have to see me today, like what I'm doing. But anyhow, yes, 4:30 in the morning. I do my gratitudes, right? Normally I go outside to the garden and barefoot. It's not craziness, believe me. It's something that is super important. I do earthing, and from there, I'm very aware about the time that I need to give to myself to be in introspection, right? When you are more connected, or when you are more in tune with that, you have dreams as well. So the dreams are telling you many things. And in that moment when I wake up, right, and write whatever dream, and I feel it and I understand what the message are also. So I have these times from 4:30 until 5:30 or 6. This is my process of creating my day. And I do have a great breakfast, right? Because as well is something that you need to very well be aware about it. Also, the food that you give to the body is going to impact directly in the way your thinking process is. Right. So the colors that you are having in your food is going to impact as well the creativity levels that you have, for example, right? Yeah. So we need to pay attention about that. So breakfast, and after, I just start my daily business work, right? And that's it, and have self-care.
I love it. You're up a good 2 or 3 hours before everyone else, and then you start your day.
Yeah, and I'm super committed to it. So and I love it. At first it's at 4:30 in the morning. This is crazy, but no, it's super phenomenal. And you are not, and during the day you are doing things, but you're not so tired later. It's true that I'm not going to sleep at 11, right? But around 9:30, 10, this is the way. 9:30. Let's say 9:30. Yeah.
I like that. And so you were just saying, so as part of your morning, if you've dreamt, you actually write down what you've dreamt. That's one of those things. It's crikey, I'm 54, and I think I must have heard that when I was in my late teens, and I still haven't done it. or had a dream and think, I must write that down, and then you forget.
Yeah, so have a pen, or just when you wake up and you have it, just remember some details. And after, when you write it down, I journal all the time. I have like a lot of books, and those books help me to really create programs later, or I don't know. It's just an introspection mode for me to be a better person, I guess. I don't know. But when you wake up and you have that sound that you dream about it, just write it down. There's such incredible messages, because what happens when we sleep is that we are going to the astral, right? The collective astral mode, body. And there are things, I mean, things are happening there. So just be aware also about that particular mode at night. Yeah.
No, I think it's one of those things I really must focus and do it more, because just by you explaining it and how you do it makes me realize that yes, that would be a massive aid to your own introspection, to know where you're going, and also set your, one thing that I do right is at least I set my intention for the day, so I write all that down.
Yes.
But that was more of a kind of morphs between an intention and a to-do list. It's like,
yeah, no, it's not the to do. No, it's what is the intention for your day? You want to live with intention, or just passing through without any aware about that, right? And when you put intention, you put awareness, you put as well your heart in it. You are committed. It's another dynamic. So it becomes easy for you to perform better. It becomes already part of yourself, because if I have an intention to do it, right? For me and for whoever is around me. It's not like I'm a sleepy lady and I wake up, have breakfast, doing my job, blah blah blah, and going to sleep. No, my days are having intentions, and intentions to be in tune with things and be happier or whatever, right? And that's it.
yeah, I prefer your version. But
Yeah.
that made me think. Actually, it's interesting. It made me think, particularly in December. I think a lot of people drift through life anyway. But a lot of people will just do nothing. It's the 8th of December now. A lot of people won't even think about doing anything different or anything intentionally until after Christmas, after New Year. It's almost as if there's a 3 or 4 week gap that you just totally ignore, and then start January, but then you give up halfway through January.
Yes, no. That's the point, because it's overwhelming, right? We create something very interesting as well, because when you are stressed out, you are overwhelmed, right? When you're really and I know that I need to do this, and I have to do, and I have to, and you create a stress in your body, right? And this is chemistry. So I'm going to just share a little bit. Okay. When our body is super stressed out, right? What it does is creating a release of hormones, right? The cortisol, right? To be able to reduce the stress level. So maintain us, right? Or we're in action, or we're frozen, or we're, so when you're stressed, you're in that level of stress continuously, right? You are focusing more in the things that you don't want it unconsciously. I mean, the subconscious mind works in that way. So when you release tension and you are putting the intentionality without hustling, with minimalism, right? As I said all the time, is when the process, the chemistry in your brain is starting to shift, and you are creating more hormones that they are directly to create more joyful momentum, or more pleasure, right? And so on. So it's all connected. So it's super interesting, because one of the things that I'm doing in December is I have a tiny program as well to put in tune to the people that wants to line up the next year, to be able to tap into that part of ourselves that is creative, but is not overwhelmed, right? And and with intentions can really shift the perspective of how you do things and the results that you are bringing to you.
Oh, wow. Oh, how do people access that? Is that on your website?
It is in my website. Yes, it is. I think so. It's updated there. But yeah, it's called. I mean, that is part of the 13 Holy Nights that is in December, and it's fantastic. It's super practical, and you are not waiting until the first day of the year to start doing things. You're now creating that intentionality, but from another vibrational mode that is building you different awareness about who you are becoming exactly, right? And it's super interesting as well. So
Nice. Yeah,
it's active.
Yeah, so we got the details of that on the website. We're showing the website there on the screen as well. I say we'll put all the links in after the show.
Thank you.
As well. So when does that start?
Normally the 13 Holy Nights start on the 24th, so it's before. I mean, we are initiating the process around the 21st, and the 21st, by the way, is a huge momentum in the earth, right? We are there is a lot of going on actually. There is a lot of going on, but the 21st of December is like energetically, right? There is an open gate where you have to be very in tune with who you are as well. And in this year, I will start that program on the 21st, actually, preparing for those 13 Holy Nights, where we're going to line up the next year, practically, very practically. Okay, so this is what it is. I'm going to coach you to have clear and clarity mind, applying simple steps to bring results during the year. And remember, right? Okay, so what I have to be in tune with to be able to be successful in your life or in your business, whatever goal do you have for yourself, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Love that. And of course, because you're based in New York,
yes.
How will that work? Is that accessible for anyone? Will that
Yeah,
be a live broadcast?
Yes, I do. I mean, my coaching are all online because I create business online, right? So I do my classes or whatever through Zoom, and I have clients worldwide. So I adapt the timing and the schedules accordingly with the people that are bringing in into the class or the group. Right now, for example, I'm going to open 8 spots for women that wants to hit 10K or whatever case or whatever you desire. We'll see, right? But the idea is to, all right, so from now that you are stuck maybe or overwhelmed, right? I'm going to put all my effort for a super ridiculous money-wise fee to be able to give my expertise for 8 weeks to see you how you can attract that people to your business. So I'm doing all this kind of helping people. I love to really help them to see.
That made me think, because you're helping so many people. Does that then, because you're always helping and giving, does that drain you, or does that empower you? Or
I mean, I'm a giver by nature, but I have to learn as well to receive. I was not a good receiver. Because I don't deserve it, right? I don't deserve it. I'm not enough to get it. I was ashamed and so many other things, right? That is all we pass through it. But when you calibrate both energies, right, magical things are starting to happen. And the intentionality is really to help as much people to have results in their businesses, to feel their lives amazingly, to bring joy, right? Instead to be like nervous and intention and all these things. So.
Oh, it's fantastic. So can I ask, so I can't believe we've been chatting for so long. It's the time has flown. That's always a good sign.
Because I didn't pay attention.
But how do you see life for? Put it on you now for a minute, Carla. How do you want your life to pan in the next few years and then longer term?
Well, I feel that we have great opportunities. No matter which experiences do you had in the past, bad or good, doesn't matter. What matters is the now, right? And what we can do, who we are right now, with the skills, with your talents, with your vision. Everything is possible to create, to build, to share, to give, right? Whatever. So I am very optimistic. I believe in the essence of the human being. I believe in the collaboration in between human beings. It's not about myself, it's about the collectivity, right? And how we can co-create together. If we are having the same perspective of bringing awareness into the world, caring about our environment, and I'm a huge advocate for our earth. So we need to pay attention about how we treat our animals, our plants, our neighbors. It's crucial, right? So I'm super optimistic. I am very aware about the situation that we're living in. There is a lot of sadness and there is a lot of fear. But the power within us, we can transform and transmute that into something that is better. And we are, and this COVID happened for a reason, right? And I think that one of those reasons is to bring more awareness about how we were doing things and how we are connecting with people and what it really matters.
Definitely, I think.
So I believe in the heart, right? And when there is heart inside, and you do the things from the heart, love, right? And you are expressing exactly that. There is nothing that can stop you. Nothing that can really not be done when we are connecting from that energy, and it's a huge energy. That's the best one.
That's a huge,
right?
huge energy.
Yeah.
So. Fantastic. So also, Carla, so what are the best ways that people can experience you? We've got the website, obviously your Facebook page. Do you have a podcast, Carla?
I do have interviews. I interview people, but you can, and I would love to have you, by the way. Yes. Yeah, but you can always message me, or you can send me a message in Facebook. I am in Facebook, Carla Trigo. You can send me, an email through the website. You can see, I mean, my phone is there, all is open. I mean, you can always text me, give me WhatsApp. And,
there are so many different ways these days. It's a blessing. Someone asked me the other day, they said, would you rather be living in 1976, when in the UK we had a very hot summer, but lots of strikes and we had candles instead of lights, or now? And I said, now, absolutely.
Yes.
With the technology we've got at our fingertips, now, every single day. But,
we have an incredible opportunity right now to expand that awareness. We are connected, so we have to connect better.
And I think that's going to be one of the big benefits, is actually people should be aware of just how well connected we now are. And that connectivity is what allows me to talk to you today. I mean, it's incredible, and allows us to get our messages out into the world, which has got to be good. So,
I agree. So I think we have that opportunity, and we can really be together to do something to really rise and to thrive, right? There is not competition, there is collaboration.
Exactly. That's one of the things I did learn very early on from the Science of Getting Rich. We don't have a competitive plane. There's enough for everybody.
Abundance is there. It's just you have to calibrate, and when you calibrate, it's oh my God, what I did it.
Exactly, yeah. The only way to calibrate is to give Carla a ring.
Yes.
Or a text, or an email, or a message.
Yes, exactly.
Fantastic.
Let's do it.
Carla, you've been a beautiful guest. Thank you so much. Could you bear with me, and I'll just close the show. I'll just pop you down there. What can I say? I love these interviews. They just take over. It's just like having a great chat. and we learned so much. I hope you've learned as much as I have today. It's really eye-opening. There's a lot of things I'm definitely keeping in touch with Carla, that's for sure. But yes, and we are back again on Thursday, a little bit later, 6 p.m. on Thursday, Open for Business, where we're chatting to another coach, slightly different. And I think they're actually in Los Angeles, stateside again. But anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoyed this one. As I say, all the contact details will be put in the show notes and on the comments. So please do go check out Carla's website, check out her Facebook page. And, that is a lady that absolutely knows what she's talking about. Had a great time seeing you. Take